तो हेलो गाइस। आज हम लोग टुडे वी विल लर्न हाउ टू डिप्लॉय containerized React or one stack full stack application, front end and back end. Like we know that uh, some organization like AWS, they actually provides the instances virtual services. As you can see, they in the production level, they actually using the virtual services to deploy the applications and make it public. And you can use AWS services. You can create account by clicking on create account. Okay, my internet is, and there is another organization is like Azure, Microsoft Azure. It's actually a, okay, it's actually, and we have to create account in the AWS, but they're providing free services for limited. If you want to use unlimited, you have to pay for the AWS organization. And we have Oracle Cloud, not Cloud, Cloud. And here also they provide limited service, limited free offer for the virtual services. And another organization called another like Kubernetes, I think. Kubernetes. Hmm. Kubernetes also one of the famous containerized application deployment software. It is not free, and there are many of organization like this, but we will use our virtual VM. We are actually building our virtual services in our local system and deploy in the container. We are deploying the container in VM in the locally and exposing the public URL so that you can share the public URL of your website. First, for that we need to install Oracle VirtualBox. Oracle VirtualBox. You can see our first website. Click on Get Started Download and download for the window, and make sure you have to install extension pack also. Accept and download. I have already installed in our local system. And another one, another uh, ISO image need to install. ISO image we need Ubuntu Ubuntu ISO image. Ubuntu ISO image. You can use 24 or else we can use Jellyfish 23 version. They both are LTS version. In the AWS, they actually use Ubuntu 24 LTS version, so we are using this only. Make sure you have download server, not desktop. There are two different iOS images. For the desktop, you have installing operating system like Windows. In the service, we are just installing a server of iOS image. So make sure install server iOS image only. Then like we are providing the resources for the virtual operating system. Like we have T3 instance in the AWS T3 medium large. You can see here instances. There are many of the EC2 T3 instances like T3 family, T4 family, and T5 family, and many more. If you see the specs of T3, large or medium, you can actually here it is key specs of virtual operating system. They're giving CPU 2 core and 8 gigabyte memory, and baseline performance is 30% per CPU. And they will also provide the charges of this thing. You have charges also. So Instead of using AWS, we are using VirtualBox. We are giving our virtual resources for the virtual manually. So let's get start. Oracle. Open up the after installing Oracle box, and I have created one. Let's remove this one and reinstall it. Go to the Ranger file. I will delete this one. Let's create a new one. Like VM name, write anything like I will create as Ranger, and ISO image. Select which one you have installed. Like I have installed this one, so select this one. 24. You can use 22 jellyfish version. I'm using this one, and persist with unattached, unattended installation because we are installing manually. So our virtual operating system is ready. Now you can click on it to start it. Okay, let's install Ubuntu server. Capture. Okay, it's installing it. Make some ISO image dependencies files. It's downloading the from the ISO image dependencies from the internet. Make sure you have internet connection. Okay, make it English. Done and done, done. And proxy address make keep it as blank. Done and done. Continue. Then click on continue. Done. Continue. And give your name like Ranger, and server name we will get EC2 like EC2 lab. EC2 lab, as we know that we EC2 lab is the AWS server, so we are keeping same as that. And pick the username Ranger, and password will be there, and done. Continue, and make sure install OpenSS server. Done. Done. And it takes time to install a virtual operating system. Can view the logs. So it is installing. It's take time to install virtual operating system, not operating system. It's a server installing locally in your system. If it is installed successfully, we need to report the virtual operating system. It's still installing. So as you can see, there is a success message. Now we can report it. Then there will be a two error messages like press enter, don't press enter. Just close the operating system virtual server, click on power off and power off it. Again open up the virtual operating system and wait for it to open. So it's opening. So successfully installed. Now we can log in with the something is happened with found in user. Okay, I previously uh, port forwarded it, so it's showing error there. Now wait for it to resolve it. Previously, I made a virtual operating system with the same printer, so it's showing error. It is not an error. Let's crash the server, but it's not crashing. Let's wait for it. Restart the operating system now. It asking the login now. You can log in with the same uh, username and password. Okay, we have successfully installed and login. It's perfectly. Now, before starting deployment, let me show you something. These are the hardware given by ourselves, and if you using the AWS, there will be some T3 T4 families with along with the different type of hardware requirements. Accordingly, they will give the pricing of the for the virtual servers. So we given like this, like base memory is 2 for means it's a 2 GB, and we have memory 16 MB, and network type if we did not port it at all, we need to port the uh, first. So first check the some utilities in the virtual operating system. Like we need to install CA certificate, curl, and GNFG and LSD releases, which is if these are utilities helps to run the virtual operating system. Like first update the sudo apt install, sudo apt update, and is asking the password. Give the password. Next sudo apt upgrade. As then it installs some packages. It takes time to upgrade our operating system. There will some utility files will be installed there. This thing uh, from you have to be uh, sudo apt install and sudo apt upgrade in the EC2 instance also, and then we need to install some package utilities like sudo apt ca certificates, ca certificates, sudo apt install, sudo apt install uh, ca certificates, and it installed. Next we need to install sudo apt install curl for the networking. Sudo apt install curl. It's something wrong happened. Oh, install spelling is wrong. Get installed. Sudo apt install GNFG, sudo apt install LSB, release LSB release. We have installed some utilities packages to run virtual operating system. Now we have to port forward it. In the EC2 instance, they virtual operating system, they will provide a virtual operating system. In the organization, the developers, they connect their local terminal to EC2 terminal using the private key. In the virtual operating system, we should make the port forwarding to connect our local terminal to virtual server terminal. Just power off the virtual operating system, then go to the settings, and in the network, make sure attach to NAT and port forwarding. In that, adds one port like SSH, and make sure protocol is TCP, and we are porting to 222. The guest operating system is 22. Okay. Then restart the virtual operating system. Now we have port forwarding. Now we can connect this virtual terminal to our local terminal. Before connecting our local terminal, we have to make SSH service enable in our virtual operating system. So SSH service is installed by default in the virtual operating system. We can check like SSH sudo service SSH status. It's asking password. Now it is currently disabled. We need to enable it. So we can enable it sudo systemctl enable SSH enable SSH. Okay. Now we need to start it. Start SSH. Okay. Now we can check the status. Now we have clearly see that actively running. Now we can connect this terminal with our local terminal. Let's open up the terminal. I'm using git bash. Okay, I'm currently in local terminal. Now I want to connect my local terminal to virtual terminal, this terminal. Okay. Now what I need to do is I port forward it. Now using the SSH expose port 222, we have port forward it, and we need to connect rope ranger local host. Let me see. Cannot resolve host name because service is not unknown. Unknown local host. I think it is spelling mistake. Okay, we have already port forwarded with another virtual operating system. We need to delete that fingerprinting in our local system. For that, we have one command. Command like SSH keygen SSH keygen /-r, and the local host local dash local host equal to this will we have successfully removed the fingerprinting. Now we can run this command. Okay, it's asking to authorize. Yes. Now asking the password. Add the password of virtual operating system. Then we have successfully connect EC2 lab rock ranger. Now we can control our virtual operating system using our local terminal. Now, as you can see that you can update sudo apt uh, update. It's asking the password, and it's I think password. I given the password. Okay, what is wrong with password? Okay, it's working fine. Okay, now we can sudo apt upgrade it. Sudo apt upgrade. Okay, it's already upgraded. Now what we need to do, we can install. Let me check git version. Is it installed or not? Okay, it is installed. What about Docker? We did not install Docker. First, we need to install Docker in our virtual operating system using the sudo apt install docker.io. So sudo apt. Okay, yes, it's fetching the virtual operating system is trying to fetching from the internet and installing Docker in the virtual operating system. For that, and we can use Docker and deploy our container. So Docker is installed successfully. Now we can check the Docker version 28.2.2 and clear. Now we can uh, run the commands like Docker images clear on Docker images, and while its permission is denied, we need to append our ranger into Docker. For that, we have one command like uh, sudo user modification /a. It's append the our ranger into virtual operating system ranger. Okay, now exit terminal and reconnect it using the ssh hyphen uh, export port triple two and ranger at the rate localhost. A command not found. What happened? SSH ranger at the rate not ssh. Okay, asking the password. Now we can check the Docker version. As you can see here, version is installed perfectly. Now we can run Docker images, Docker ps, and Docker ps/a. These basic commands are I uploaded video in previous video. Next, let's pull some Docker images. Docker. Let's pull ng annex images. Ng index image. Okay, it's the command is wrong. Docker pull ng annex. It will pull from the internet. Here, now you can see Docker images. Uh, Docker images. And if you want to start the Docker, there is no running container, you can run the Docker run DHS terminal export port. We need to inspect the image first. ng Linux. Find the TCP port. Here it is. Now we need to bind this port to virtual operating system. Docker images. Docker run detach terminal expose port 3 8080 to 80 and give the tag name as enter and image name ng INX. Okay, what happened? Run. Okay, now we can see the Docker images and Docker PS running container, and we can see the uh, curl / http / localhost and port will be 8080. We exposing that port. TP 8080. So what happened here? I think this is the command. Okay, what we missed here, curl http / localhost 8080. So its container is running fine. Now we can check the Docker images and Docker. Yes, it's running fine. We can expose the public URL now. First, we need to install. Let me open Notepad. You have to install this one to make uh, Cloudflare Cloudflare tunnel. It will help to give a one public URL to share it your website. Okay, so asking the password now. Give the password and it install. Now let me check the Docker PS content is not content is running. Now we can give the Cloudflare tunnel. Dash in the command we can write like http local host local host 080. Exactly, your reject port number was not decimal. Okay, we should make it as this. Okay, now we can see that terminal our content is working fine, clear. Then we can expose it using Cloudflare tunnel. Cloudflare tunnel. Now remember command Cloudflare tunnel URL http / localhost 8080. Is there any wrong command? Local Localhost. Okay, we have output of our nginx. Now you can share this link to publicly to see your website. Now we will deploy our actual website. I have one repo, GitHub. Now I have one Git project like, let me see the repositories. Sample gaming website, this one. First I will clone this. I dockerized already in the local system. Now I will uh, public it using the Cloudflare tunnel. Now let me check the git version. Should be git version and version 2.43.0. Now we can git clone my repo into this virtual operating system. Then it will clone the. Okay. Now we can check ls. We can go to the cd sample repo, and then we can build the container. So we can build, like, first we need to build image, build docker build, and give a tag name like uh, Ranger website. Mm, Docker build. We need to give the current directory. Dot means current directory. It will take time to build the image. If some of the errors are there, it will resolve by themselves. Okay. It's actually pulling the GitHub repo in our virtual operating system. Then we creating the Docker image using the Docker system and Docker apply software. We can go to the main directory and clear it. You can see the Docker images. Here we go. And Docker. We need to delete some of the Docker. We have nginx. Okay. Docker run. Let's inspect our main project. Inspect in inspect Ranger website. Okay, find the TCP port. We have TCP port 80. Then clear it. Docker images. Uh, Docker ps. We should stop this container first. Docker Ranger. Docker stop. Let's delete this container. Docker remove. Yeah. Okay, there is now Docker here. There is no active containers here. Now Docker ps/a. Okay, we removed successfully our previous Docker image. Now we can Docker images. Now Docker images. Now run our website. Docker run ds terminal export port. We will run on we will binding 4000 port in virtual operating system to 80 of container port, and give it its name as Ranger for now, and image name is Ranger website. Enter it. Now we can see that Docker Docker here there is one container is running. Now you can make like curl, check the as it is running into virtual operating system or not, like curl http colon / local host 4000. Okay, the website is running fine. We are seeing the our website code. Now what we will do, we will expose using the Cloudflare tunnel. So to create the Cloudflare tunnel public URL, cloudflare 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 hyphen URL and http localhost http / local localhost 4000. Okay, it will create a public URL. Now check here, it is a http public URL. Okay, we have successfully deployed our website. Now you can see it's this URL can be shareable with friends, and you can see welcome to uh, the Arena Ranger. The website is deployed in the Cloudflare tunnel successfully. Okay, if you stop the Cloudflare tunnel, then this link will not be valid for this link will not be valid. It is just like a AWS instances. In the AWS instances, they running the virtual machine continuously. So in the local machine, it is not possible. Like we can run again Cloudflare tunnel for this one. Make sure you have containers running in the background. Then you can share this link again. See, it's working fine. You can get the repo in my GitHub, like sample gaming website. You can search Mohan Kumar only in the website. You can find my repo and try to deploy it using the virtual operating system. This gives the experience of how AWS is working in the production level deployment. The same thing will go into same thing will you do in the AWS instances. That's the task is here. We actually learned how AWS working in the background, virtual services, how to connect the SSS fingerprinting, and we deployed our website and make it public using a Cloudflare tunnel. That's it.